Hello friends, I think I'm visible and audible also. Okay, and good morning all. Good morning to all my Western friends, and good evening to all my Indian friends. Okay. Today I'm going to start. Okay, just a moment. Yes, sir. That is fixed. Yeah. Today I'm going to start the series of ascendants. Okay. There are 12 ascendants. I'll start from Aries Ascendant. I would not be covering the complete Aries Ascendant in this live session. Well, I'll try to cover much of the portion. First of all, what is our ascendant? How you will come to know, and what is the ascendant, the meaning of ascendant. In Vedic astrology we called Lagna, and that is the first house. When a child is born, and at that time period, the zodiac sign which is rising in the eastern horizon, when the child is born, and at that very moment the zodiac sign which is rising, that zodiac sign is our ascendant. For example, if child is born and his at the time of his birth, Aries zodiac sign is rising, so that child has Aries ascendant. That Aries ascendant is in the first house. So first house is very important, is very critical, the most important house of our horoscope, because that is the beginning of our journey. When we can say we land on this planet Earth, that is the first house. So there are many ways we can calculate first ascendant, that are ascendant, when there were no softwares. Astrologer used to calculate the ascendant, the Lagna, through Panchang. They need to see the things and other permutation combinations, and then they, with their calculation, they come to know that this is the ascendant of that particular child. But here right now there are many softwares available. So simply put your name, date of birth, time of birth, place of birth, and year of birth, and click on submit, and the horoscope is generated. The Kundali is seen, and in the first house, check which zodiac sign is placed. It can be any: Sagittarius, Leo, Pisces. Whatever the zodiac sign placed in the first house, that is the ascendant. So today I'll explain, I'll just share with you what is Aries Ascendant and how Aries Ascendants are, and I'm talking about all Aries Ascendant on this planet Earth, how they have their fixed setup of behavior, fixed setup of mind. That baseline is same for all the Aries Ascendant. But then when we put the planets and then conjunctions come, then dasha, antardasha, then aspects, degrees, when all the things come, things are added up. It doesn't change, but things are added up. So I'm talking about the baseline, the backbone, which is fixed. What I'm sharing with all of you right now on this YouTube channel, that is fixed for all Aries Ascendant. So let's talk about the first house of Aries Ascendant. First house is our body, our physical appearance. So Aries Ascendant means number one in the first house. And apart from number one, the lordship of Aries Ascendant is Mars. I'm talking about the things which we need to consider before we go ahead and explain or go in detail about how Aries Ascendant behave in their life when talking about the first house. So first house is number one, that is first house in itself. The lordship is Mars, and the element is fire. Now these Aries Ascendant people and the lordship of first house, if you're not considering any sign, the lordship of first house in general is Mars. So let's see what comes into picture. First house, number one, that is Aries zodiac sign, and that is first is physical appearance, Mars is there, and the fire element. So these Aries Ascendant people, they are very aggressive, very energetic, very committed, focused, enthusiastic, determined when dealing with their body. Fire element is there. Fire. What is the role of fire? Fire burns the impurities. It glorifies. It eliminates the features, the qualities of fire. It burns away all the negative traits, the impurities. It purifies. It glorifies. It illuminates. It enlightens. So Aries Ascendant people, when dealing with their body, they are very aggressive, energetic, determined, and while dealing with their physical attributes, negative or positive, if they want to change something with their body, they are very aggressive, a bit violent in a very sublime manner, but very aggressive, very determined. They, if any issue comes related to their body, they want to change it. They want to uproot it aggressively and energetically. With their body, they are full of enthusiasm. With their body, they are full of determination, goal oriented with their body. They can bet on their body. And physically, they are always ready to motivate others or to change something drastically when dealing with their body or when dealing with the other's body. And most of the time, they are successful because the fire element and the Mars energy is playing the key role. Mars energy. It is very important. Mars energy is playing the key role. They can be less compromising, but then depends upon other factor also. But when dealing with their body, they are full of energy, full of vigor, valor, strength, and they are ready to fight or enter into that arena of fight physically at ease. They have no inhibitions when they are putting their body or their physique into some determination or challenge. They are always ready to accept the challenge when their body is involved and body is involved. They are always ready to take challenge. So the persona, their physical appearance radiates with the aura of Mars. But things changes when depending upon the position of Mars and many other factors. The degree of Mars, the aspects on Mars, if Mars is very well placed, then all of their aggression, their determination, the commitment, their challenging spirit, all is flowered. They enjoy their determination while dealing with their body. If Mars is well placed, if Mars is badly placed in the horoscope, then the scenario is different. Then they are struggling with their body concerning the determination, challenge, or while taking risk. There are many factors. If Mars is placed in any nakshatra, but fourth pada, then the definition of Aries Ascendant, the orientation of Aries Ascendant while dealing the first house is bit calm. They are aggressive, they are energetic, but the things are in a different mode. But one thing is very certain, they are full of energy, full of vigor when dealing with their body, their physical appearance, their whole character sketch, the aura of their personality is full of vigor, full of energy, and they are always, as I have already explained, they are always ready to make changes in their body in positive aspects, obviously. For instance, if somebody wants to be a bodybuilder, they want to shape up their body, he is very lean and thin, maybe weak. So these Aries Ascendant people, they are ready to accept the challenge. They would be doing push-ups, chin-ups, cardio, lifting weights, jogging, sprint, and brisk walking. They would be physically very much involved to make themselves physically strong, and as they have accepted the challenge that they don't want to be weak anymore, so they are ready to change, and they are maximum successful. Most of the time they are successful. So this is a basic thing of the Aries Ascendant and the first house. Now let's move to the second house. Second house is the house of our respiratory system, our savings, the thing which we values, our face, our voice, family lineage, the food we intake. These are basic things of second house. Now, Aries Ascendant people, while dealing with the second house, number 2 is there. And what is number 2 in their second house? Obviously, number 2 is second in itself. Number 2, the lordship is Venus. The second house, all the characteristics of second house, Venus, and the element is earth. So these people, these Aries Ascendant people, they are very earthly, practical while dealing with the traits of second house. That is, they are very practical while dealing with their savings or the kind of food they would eat. That because of earth element, the consistency is there. They don't go for a change every time. Someday they will take different stuff and then they'll have the consistency because of earth element. Things are grounded. Venus, because of Venus, Taurus is there in their second house. The Taurus zodiac sign is there. So because of Taurus, first thing, the lord of Taurus is Venus. They enjoy their second house, all the features of second house. They enjoy their saving, they enjoy their food, they love their face, they enjoy their voice, they're like their family lineage. So the enjoyment part is because of Venus, and they are very practical while dealing with the features of second house. Practical because of earth element, savings. They are very concerned that they should have, I'm talking about all Aries Ascendant. They are very much concerned about their savings, the food, and when they speak, that earthly element, that groundedness reflects in their voice. They are not frivolous speaker. They mean it. The voice reflects the authority because of earth element. The practical approach. And the family lineage. Again, the earth element is there. So while dealing with their family, or in Vedic astrology we say kutumb, they are very practical. They are not like air elements. This Taurus, this because of earth element, this is a fixed sign. It becomes a fixed sign. They are very grounded. And while taking care of their face, they take care of their face, and what needs to be done, they take initiative. If something, any issue arises, any problems come, it could be a pimples or some anything on the face, they deal it with very practical approach. And their voice, as I have already explained, the grounded voice. They speak less, or whatever whenever they are using their voice, they are noticeable. And this is fixed for all Aries Ascendant, because Taurus zodiac sign comes in second house. So this is fixed for all Aries Ascendant. Now let's move to the third house. Third house is Gemini. So Gemini, the lordship is Mercury. So they are very communicative. Because third house is a house of communication. So, and the Lord is Mercury. Mercury is our speech, our communication, our thinking ability. So when they communicate, they think before they communicate. Third house is also the house of a daring. So that kind of feature is reflected in their communication. Third house is also the house of siblings. They are very communicative with their siblings. Short distance travel. They think, they plan, because of Mercury. When Mercury comes into picture, that thinking, that planning comes. So whenever they are, even the small short distance they are into traveling, they use their intellect, and they are very communicative. In their communication, a kind of daringness reflects. Or you can say, because third house is also the house of siblings, so they are involved in taking a daring steps, adjoined with brothers and sisters. Daring steps, they may start some new venture, or to a certain trip which is very tedious. Lot of physical energy is involved, so they can plan a very tedious, very challenging trip with their brothers and sisters, with their siblings. So that could be a daring part. But number 3, that Gemini, air element. Their approach is not that practical. Their approach is not that practical. So they communicate, they are into communication with other people, with third house, a house of communication. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, text messages, all sorts of communication. So they are into communication on all these sites and with their brothers and sisters and all that, but their approach is not that practical because of air element. They are more into talking, simply talking, and time pass, talking just to enjoy the flavor of talking. Thinking, again, because of air elements, they think a lot, they plan a lot, but the approach is not very practical because of air element. So I'll end the session here only. So today we have done 3 houses: the first house, the second, and the third. Tomorrow we'll do the 4th house, how Aries ascendants are behaving in their 4th house. Thank you.